Whoa, look at that baby turbo. How cute. Look at that bad boy. Funny thing is, it's so slow compared to my 240Z and my 911, but it just gives me kind of a different feeling. It's such a dream car for me. Just super fun to drive. But I'm not actually here to talk about my GTR. I'm actually here to talk about Lewis's project cars. So I'm sure you guys have seen Lewis's work. If you watch the Gymkhana files, if you've seen a lot of the photos from Sweden and from Detroit, from Gymkhana 10, what you guys probably don't know is that he's a Subaru vape bro, and I make fun of him all the time about it. He actually has 3 Subarus. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Subarus. He pulled me out here to La Habra, California to check out his latest project, which is kind of an interesting thing. He is combining 2 of them into 1 car. So let's check out what they're up to here. That's his blue Subaru STi here. There's Lewis. And then this is his awesome GC8, which I love driving. It's super fun. There's something missing here, sir. What's going on here?
It's powered by vape juice.
Yeah, I see that. Is this where the vape juice goes in right here?
Yeah,
this tube?
It comes out from here.
And then comes out of this plug. I was telling the viewers that you had 3, but you're combining 2 of them into 1.
Yeah,
what's going on here?
The whole 1 + 1 = 1.
Yeah.
Deal.
Okay. So the motor's out of here.
Yes.
And you're swapping it into your dream car.
Yeah.
Your Subaru 1995 GC8.
It's a 98.
98?
It's a 1998 Subaru Impreza 2.5 RS.
And so this one, it has an interesting story. I call it Pappy's GC8 because
it's weird because it has like this weird line of owners. So the previous owner was actually Papadakis, Stefan Papadakis, drag racing, all that stuff. And then the previous owner before that was actually Ken Gucci's dad.
All right, so it was owned by Papadakis, already legendary drag racer, legendary builder, and all around cool guy, smart guy. And then this was actually owned by the real life Boonta, right? So that's why you call it Project Boonta.
Exactly. But the funny thing is, Papadakis didn't know that he actually bought it from him, and Papa Gucci didn't even know he sold it to him because they had like a middle person that like did the transaction.
This is some real life Initial D stuff. So if you guys don't know why Lewis calls it Project Boonta, it's because we refer to Ken Gucci as the real life Takumi. Before he got a license, he learned how to drift on the mountain roads here in Southern California, and his first ever drift car was an A86. And his dad, get this, drove this thing. So, I mean, it's like so much the real life Takumi story, but here in Southern California.
Yeah, it's pretty insane because while they do drive, the A86 a lot, they also have a really big Subaru backstory. They've actually rallied the GC8 before.
Unfortunately, I think Ken told me one time when he was actually racing Pikes Peak, he crashed his GC8. But it's just one of those cool things that, like he's had a chance to do all of this kind of cool racing, including drifting. So what are you gonna do with this? This thing is cherry. I actually love driving this thing. I had a really good time driving this and pushing it. And it honestly has enough power to have fun. I mean, it has 175 horsepower or something like that?
No, it's like more like 160 on like a really good day.
So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna fix that.
Yeah, maybe make a little more with this thing right here.
With this. Okay, so this is out of your blue beast, which I actually had a lot of fun driving too, but it's not a looker.
Yeah, it's cosmetically, the car is like a piece of crap. It has a salvage title, and I'm sure it's been in multiple crashes. I even took it to like various insurance companies, and they actually told me to get the hell out of their offices because it was like uninsurable.
They're like, get the hell out. It looks like it's been rallied before. I mean, you have a couple pictures of it when you first bought it. It legit looks like it's been rallied, and that's the whole Craigslist be like, never been used, never been rallied. Wow, okay, so it just bolts right in or what?
It's a some extent, it kind of bolts right in.
What? And so AC is gonna work, heater's gonna work?
Should be, yeah. Everything should work fine. I think the only issue that I'm gonna run into is wiring, because that's just like a foreign language.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Oh, look at that. Everything's swapping over. Brakes, everything. The whole thing, huh?
Yes.
Wow, that's so cool. Whoa, look at that baby turbo. How cute. It's so tiny. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Are you gonna leave the stock turbo on for now?
For now, yeah. With everything swapped over, the state of California, you can actually get it bar legal. So, you know, when the cops pull you over, you can like tell them that it's actually not.
When the cops pull you over. I like how you phrase it that way.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Is there a problem, Lucifer?
This is the hood on it. This was the hood. I remember picking it up and I'm like, what is this? Like, why would anyone do a carbon fiber wrap on a carbon fiber hood?
Yeah, it's actually carbon fiber too, so that's kind of the funny bit about it.
That's so good. All right, so we got the car here. So this is a new steering mod here. What's up?
Hello, how you doing?
It's all the hard work in here right now, huh?
Yeah, so we're currently trying to remove the wiring harness. We're gonna take it over to iWire down in South OC, and they're gonna do like a harness merge between this wiring harness and the one from the GC, so it kind of like, you know, together.
Yeah.
Basically, the first generation Imprezas never came turboed in the US, or I guess North America. It wasn't until like the second generation that they had it with the WRX, and then later on with the STIs. So a lot of people actually do STI swaps and WRX swaps in the US, and they're actually companies that like specialize in first gen swaps because there's so many people that do it.
So you've done a couple mods on here. I see you have the JDM front end. Is that the JDM front end on here?
It's like the I guess like the Zenki version of the STI front bumper. So this version never actually came in the US. The version 5 to 6 they came in the 2000 and 2001 2.5 RSs, but the 98 and the 99 had the regular Impreza front end. So I just bought this off like some importer guy.
I really like this. I love the rally lights. Like, it's super functional. It just looks so good. Like, when I think about these cars, I think about it with this front end.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you got this. You got coilovers from ST suspension.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with suspension once you swap?
The coilovers won't like bolt right in, especially with the 05 suspension going into the car. The top hats are a little different, so you kind of have to like play with it a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the GC8 top hats with the 05 struts in the rear, and then the front's kind of just go right in.
So here's the thing about this car is it's actually, even though the chassis has over 200,000 miles, it's actually really clean. Look at this, the door panels, everything. This is just so, I just like it. All right, let's pop the hood on this thing. Let me see what we're working with here. This is the motor that's coming out. Ooh, all 160-ish horsepower.
On a good day.
On a good day. You can see the ST suspension, top hats right there. Wow, I can't believe you have the stock airbox. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so stock, but it's fun. It's really fun. It sounds great. I love driving this thing. Just ripping around on this thing is so nice because you could floor it all the time. Never not floored.
Because it's
so much.
That's how slow it is.
That's how slow it is. But honestly, that's what makes it fun. Well, I can't wait for this to be done, and I can't wait for us to go cruising in my 90s all-wheel drive turbo car, and then it'll be your 90s all-wheel drive turbo car. That's gonna blow some minds for sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you take it from here. You tell the story through your eyes and through your pictures.
Okay.
the time.